Uyazi mfethu basihlahlekisa bathi Tigers don't cry. Ukhala ngaphakathi and manje uyazi epenela I mean I cried that day mfethu. I cried. Into Tigers don't cry. I'm not a tiger, I'm a human being. I mean I cried that day because it was so emotional and worst part after what I've achieved, my guy. You know, I mean after 8 to 9 years, when my I nearly cried because I'm not, you know, and she used to we were very close, Joe. You understand? I come on to and they were not close, especially when, you know, parents are not there. So she's the one who was there, you know, she was the pillar, Baba, you know. Hey, I was so emotional, because I believe with you know, my generational cases, somebody has to break. If somebody more taking or renew whatever, somebody has to break that thing. And I saw myself as that kind of a person. So it was very emotional. Now I understand. Because I mean I understand. But my cousin does understand. Because he's scared. I've done this. I want new graduate, I'm fine. Totally degree, I'm totally diploma. Totally true that day. It was so emotional, my brother. Very, very emotional. So my prayer was, I'm going to show you before Mpuma. And in fact, even during graduation, after graduation, she took all those pictures. I never even had one picture. I think I had one picture, bookmark pen. You know that bookmark picture? You know, graduation. She took all the pictures. Even today, I don't have them. I only have that bookmark. But my cousin, I'm a photo. So I have them on my phone, you know. So it was so emotional, my friend. So emotional. Crime, oh, I Joe. Phela mawuzophuma yazi abantu mawuzophuma uphuma ngathi police station yazi mawuthi the police station or kuwa wethu trial uphuma kulula because now uthola bail wehle emgodini bakuvulela uyahamba or bathi case akuchithiwe uvela uhambe kodwa uhamba ngana ayifuni bona. But this is different, eh? One, you qualify ukuthi ungathola parole, you are eligible for parole, you meet the criteria, you know. You have all the signs that, you know, those positive signs. So, you know. But now, the policy says you need to have a fixed address. There must be someone who's had a responsibility. Ati, lo magaphuma ngizomsignela mina, uzoba under my care. Mina, there was none. My grandmother was selling pop. And the only thing I wasn't going to Puma, wouldn't come in Limpopo. And I didn't want to come in Limpopo because I knew what Limpopo was. And already I had a vision. You know, when you study and learning every day, you know, you kind of like try to understand what was like, and you start to develop that sense of knowing what you want to achieve. Even though it's a jail, you don't know the outside world, but you can imagine to say, if I can have a company, if I can have a media company, if I can have whatever, you understand? But Limpopo is not gonna work for me. I have to be like us. Because already, mankeleza, bukubana ma-function netanyani, you know, kuzabantu, DJs, so you create those relationships. Now, you take their numbers, you asbega, say, so mango Limpopo is gonna be a challenge. Limpopo be like, Limpopo mangasana choice, but I knew. There's always, you know, that's why I always tell people with guys, once you see yourself not believing God for something, it's wrong. You must always have, you know, believe God for something in your life, man. There must be that thing that it's like, in real life it's impossible, ne? But just try to, we're born in faith and try to see yourself with things of pumang in faith, no mangana, but I'll find a way. So it was a challenge for me until, you know, we've got the prison ministry. So there's a pastor by the name of Pastor Daza, and he was the one like, I'm just situation here. No problem. I've got a place like Pinoni, Langsantala corner. He saw Antonyana and Jay Potanyana, Unirunga, Zalanga, perfect pastor. I don't care with Nala, I don't think Puma. What the responsibility to Angsane, Napumela Woy. 3 months in La Pogusatinia Zamoguti, the building. He was owning the building had to be, you know, he was kicked out of that building, the church, it was just a chaos. Fortunately, my sister had a room, Kotembe, Nasa Spanish. he moved in with a boyfriend somewhere, but now still the part with the in that room. And I said, hey, Kendi, here's the situation. He said, zangapa mara, hey, irendala papel is 2 rooms, 1,200. You can go half. Kina mara mina ngispan, that was a one and lot. You know? So I think she paid for me first and second month. But it was a hassle, my guy. Even when I was out with those degrees, there was a time kunesinye isinkwe kasi ne abantu basekasi ndoda banamagama ezinto ndoda kunesinye isinkwe kasi bathi ubaba kasebenzi the 5 rand esama ndoda bengibhasa wona daswakala ndoda mawusigawula ndoda daswakala noshuthi lesana mawusidla ndoda daswakala ukuthi isinkwa lesi ngathi umoya esigcwele umoya vele ucumbisisi wenzeni, and I would buy my tea bag i5, so every day I'll eat that bread nale tea bag. So tea bag one bengiphinda kayi2 kayi3 yabona. So tea bag ngiyayazi baba ukuthi wayishaya west for motor asekho strong. I know those things because of I struggled a lot coming out of prison. People don't know that, you know. When they see me now they're like, yeah, they don't know what they were struggling, baba, you know. So it was tough, you can imagine. It was tough. People don't take you serious, right? So what I did was I used to target because remember, I got my degree now, I'm doing my honors now. So I used to target a workshop. If there's a business workshop somewhere, I'm going there. So my purpose of going there, yes, is to listen, to learn. But most of the things are the things that I know in theory. You know, I just need an opportunity just to implement some of the things. But I will create contacts, you know? And this one will say, hey man, I've got a friend who serves the SABC, man, you know? Your story is inspiring, so... Then I get interviewed, and you know, and then Department of Correctional Services, and they hit me up. They're like, "Hey, I think I was on shift or something. So we are tired. Good thing is, I want my interview. Was kulma my cell phone. I say much the corruption. So most about thing I want was interview. So I think they've got a few guys like Abu Kole and Abu Chair. There are a few guys department my phone I want for interview, I recommend. And now what they did now is whenever there's someone who shoot or something or whatever, I recommend. So I used to capitalize on those connections until there's a lady about to Tabila, my man. I mean Mangzo Puma. I didn't even have impashas of Puma, Joe. Nothing. And so there's a lady, you know, she's a family friend about Utabi, you know, Chawalala, and she bought me things of Pum. Because you want to go to struggle out here. You want to know what the impact was and I'm out of born. But when they knew that I told you visit. Because I mean, I want to write off from Metanyani. My standards, what cheat and no standards of boats with that level. Yeah, what? So the pressure being a sec. You understand? The pressure being a sec, we won't let them go. You need to get as much as you know, but the very same person I gave for the good application, you know, you know, and most of them they are back, they've relapsed, my man. It's tough out there, you know. So, you know, as I was saying, and so those were the struggles, right? And then the very same time, she gave me 1,008. Let me be honest with you. That 1,008, it was a breakthrough for me. You see, a breakthrough, actually, the amount for a notary breakthrough, it doesn't even notary 1 million. Sometimes I can give you 25,000 and say I support your vision. It can be a breakthrough in a sense that you can use it wisely, my guy, and make something out of it and grow from there. So that money, I went to Isandule, but things some pine gel, it was 12 rand, 15 rand. So when you forget my 10 rand. So that if I want to I do 8 rand, you know. When it's for a part go school bag, I'm saying, again, house to house. Then I'm a crash. It's key. Then I am a crash, buy some crash, I'm a crash. As no to develop, struggle. My again. Figures get about Tinos Namata supplier. Not okay. I can design a program. In that program, I can address issues around crime. You know, I can assist in experience you know, the troublemakers. You know, I can develop a program that will actually, educate these young kids about the repercussion of crime or of engaging in any crime-related activities. Because I know there's a young me out there who think crime is cool or drugs are cool or education is not important. But I can come and give them assurance, that education is key, regardless. Education is key. You need education. Either way, boy. They're like, how? No, because I'm a Parole and I have guys. But okay, who was the president of SGP? And then I went. Because I know drugs, but to put drugs, at the boy, drugs. I don't want you to talk about drugs. Because about drugs, to go to so it's more like a program here to be introducing young kids to drugs. So if I'm creative, my guy, create a slideshow, and then so use the laptop. When I say there's education, there's a motivation. I sit on it as a program. You educate about drugs, and how to avoid life of drugs. Right? How much research boy? What share research njalo? Then ngafuna umuntu uzokhuluma ngama-tattoo. Ukuthi ngicela ufundise abantwana besikele. Ngama-tattoo, ukuthi ama-tattoo, yes, it's cool, they look cool, but mawungena ejele. This is how you're going to be abused, because there are abantu ababhaya edanyani ba-abuse ngama-tattoo. You must remember ama-26 asha nge-dollar sign, right? Nenyuku, ne-for ne-peak. Those are one of the things abashaya kuma-tattoo. So once when wathi uthanda ama-dollar, wazibiza or cash money brother, whatever, wathrow inyuku la. Bongena ejele ku-26, claro, I negotiate already. So ama-tattoo ayaringa mawufika edanyani. I said, my guy, go and educate. When I must forget scale, educate abantwana ngama-drugs. Mina ngizokhuluma life in prison and life before prison. And then I theme a program yet. So it used to be called society do not exchange your uniform of excellence, meaning uniform skill, for the uniform of shame. Meaning ungathathi uniform yeskela uyeke you commit a crime ugoke uniform of shame, which is an orange uniform, because there was a program that was their theme. So I took that theme. I said it's going to be relevant. My guy, I started going to schools surrounding the program now, getting media attention, and just the NPO, and now ikela manje says I'm like, no, you don't have to pay me. Buy my stuff. I mean, I'll run a program. You don't understand? I'll run a program because I understand the Kasi lingo. I understand the culture sekasi. So I don't understand the culture sekasi. And it be complicated, but at the same time I'm saying, hey, I've got a degree and I'm busy with my honors. You understand? So it gives them hope. I'm not saying they must go to prison to achieve this, but I'm saying, imagine if you can get a degree or a diploma. You can use it somewhere. And I used to show them, you don't have to, we don't go to school to be employed. I used to say, if you have a public relation, N6, not even a diploma or a degree, N6 or a certificate, public relations. There's a lot of NPOs, NGOs, small businesses that don't have PR system or that PR expertise. You can package yourself and run your services there. NPOs are getting funded by National Lottery Sports, Social Development. You have an opportunity there. So I was trying to show them, you guys, you must avoid wrong role models, because that life in Fagete is so. That program, it took me places. It took me places and it opened doors, and I started making money, And then later, from 2016, I started going to China. Because now, guys used to say, when you have a criminal record, you can't travel. In fact, you can't even get a passport. I went to Home Affairs in Johannesburg and I got a passport. And I applied for e-visa. Then I got a visa, Then I saw, that's how I saw the grace of God in my life. Then I started going to China. So China being a stock, like I'll buy a machine, a plane, because customs, there are regulations that there are certain brands you're not allowed to bring more than 10 or 15. So I'll buy jeans and whatever. Supply abantu, I'm a fashion designer, buy hair. Because at the time, Chiraba like us, was Spanisa, I'm a grade 8A, if you know hair, my guy. So I'll buy grade 12A and come and sell. So I just go to China, Dubai, you know, with no problem. You know, and then I moved manje from that room to Knockham Park, you know. Knockham Park, I was a tenant there, and then later bought that flat, I rent that out, you know. So, in a nutshell, you understand? But I had to go through, remember, in 2012 September, I started making money 2015. And pride aside, yes, I was doing my honors at that time. I have a degree, I have a diploma, I have certain certificates. But that does not mean that I don't have to struggle. I have to face some struggle on a you know. I have to start somewhere.